Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my 25-week pregnancy update. Welcome back to my channel. I'd be really interested to see if you guys are pregnant, how many weeks along you are, and also what your symptoms have been. So leave a comment down below. I also have a whole pregnancy playlist. I've actually got two pregnancy playlists. One is my pregnancy series with lots of just random pregnancy videos, and my other is my pregnancy updates with all the previous updates that I've done so far. I've done quite a few, especially in the first trimester, so go and check that out if you're not quite as far along as this as well, and you can go and see all my updates up until now. And without further ado, let's get straight into my pregnancy update. Starting off with my measurement, I measure myself around the widest part of my stomach, and my measurement is currently 98 centimeters around the widest part. I know that's not how midwives measure you, but that's just how I've been measuring myself. That's 3 centimeters more than my last update, which is at 20 weeks. So I'm feeling quite pregnant now. I'm quite nicely in between pregnant. I don't feel super massive and I don't feel super tiny. I feel nicely in between pregnant, and I'm quite enjoying that. My bump is definitely a bump now. You can definitely see it's a bump. And I've obviously cracked out all my pregnancy tops as well as my pregnancy trousers now. I actually have a whole video on my pregnancy wardrobe, so go and check that out if you're interested to see some pregnancy clothes and what I would recommend and what my favourite pregnancy clothes are. So yeah, you can go and check that out. My symptoms so far have been in the last 5 weeks have been not much different than before. I have been getting more tired. I've definitely noticed an increase in tiredness and just general fatigue. I've been sleeping quite a bit more, but I've also noticed that sleeping a lot more doesn't necessarily take away the fatigue and the tiredness. So that's definitely a pregnancy thing, is sleeping loads and then still being tired afterwards. So that's just kind of how it is until the end of pregnancy, I think now. So I've been a bit tired, but not massively, so I can still look after my son easily, and I'm still very blessed to be able to look after him and not to be nauseous anymore. That went away ages ago. So happy about that. And I'm so happy just to say I'm in generally good health. I cannot complain at all. Some people have such difficult pregnancies, and my pregnancy so far has been really straightforward, and for that I'm very grateful. Other symptoms that I've been having is being unable to get comfortable at night. This is a new thing. This is partly to do with the tiredness, I think, is I'm just not sleeping as well. So I'm not sleeping as well because I can't get comfy really. I've got a pillow between my legs and stuff, but just with a big bump it's just hard to get comfy. And then I'm up and down at least 3 or 4 times a night peeing a lot, because I just pee constantly at the moment. So that's that. So I get quite broken sleep as well, I think, which contributes to my tiredness and not being able to get a full massive chunk of sleep, you know, which is definitely going to prepare me for the newborn stage again, because you don't get massive chunks of sleep when the newborns do either. So that's fun. That's coming out early. But yeah, I really have been unable to get comfortable, which has been a bit of a pain, and I've been up and down all night, but that's really kind of the extent of my complaints, really. So yeah, like I said, I can't complain. I've been feeling lots of movement. My movement kind of started around 20 weeks, but not really. But now I'm really feeling proper kicks every day, and I've started keeping track of it. So yeah, they tell you to keep track of how your movements, and if the movements change, then you have to phone in and get a scan and stuff like that. So I'm definitely keeping a good eye on my baby's movements, making sure that they're the same every day. I don't think necessarily it's very useful to compare movements. I don't think it's not very useful for me to say my baby moves this much and at these times a day, because every baby is different. I think as long as your baby is consistently moving at the same times of day and at the same amount, then you're pretty much fine. It's what my understanding of it. So for example, if my baby moves a lot after I've eaten something sugary, usually after I've eaten dinner, and later at night, 11 o'clock, I feel kicks. So for example, if I felt nothing for a whole evening, that would be a bit of a red flag to me and be a bit concerning, and I'd probably phone my midwife. But obviously it's different for everyone. It's different too. Your movements are always going to be different. So I think it's just as important to make sure that your movements are consistent for your baby. And if you're concerned at all, even just mummy's intuition kind of concern, I would always go and get a scan, because it puts your mind at rest, and mother's intuition is a lot more powerful and a lot more accurate than people make out. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on baby movements. But yeah, I'm feeling lots of baby movements. So nice. Philip's felt the baby move a few times. Samuel hasn't. My son Samuel, who's 2, hasn't felt them yet, but he's not patient enough to like keep his hand there, and the baby's not moving like that much yet for him to be able to like notice. But he's still loving the thought of a little baby. He's so cute. I'm so excited for Samuel to meet his little brother. He's so adorable. The baby is now the size of a little bunny. My pregnancy app, which is the Pregnancy Plus app, it says between 24 and 27 weeks, the baby's weight doesn't tend to change as much towards the end of pregnancy. So if it's telling me from between 24 weeks and 27 weeks, it's the size of a little bunny, which is so adorable, or the size of a chocolate cake, but my chocolate cake would be like this size, so I don't think it's that size. So it just depends on the size of chocolate cake, doesn't it? But it's the size of a little bunny, which is so cute. And yeah, and like growth slows down a bit towards the end of pregnancy, like towards the 3rd trimester, which I'm almost in the 3rd trimester, guys. That's absolutely crazy. But yeah, so that's the size of the baby. And like I said, as far as I know, the baby's doing well. I did have a midwife appointment yesterday. So today I'm exactly 25 weeks pregnant. So I had a midwife appointment yesterday, which was really, really fine. It was really quick. Basically what they did was they did my blood pressure, they took a urine sample, and they listened to the baby's heartbeat. All of those things were completely fine for me, so I'm very grateful for that. But yeah, I think it's unusual to get a 25-week appointment on your 2nd baby. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought that was only for 1st-time babies. And I'm not sure if I'm just getting it because of the thing I told you about last video about the placenta. I don't know if that's why I'm getting an extra visit, I don't know. But anyway, I'm quite happy, I'm not complaining, because I like to get extra visits to make sure the baby's 100% fine. And everything seems to be going really straightforward and really well. So, yes. The only other thing I wanted to say about was that I'm in quite a nice stage of pregnancy. Like I'm kind of in the middle, so like I'm not at the really early stages where you feel really quite concerned and you're a bit unsure how the baby's doing and stuff like that. And I'm not at the end where you're like, oh my goodness, the baby is coming soon. I'm not at any of those extremes. I'm like in the middle, and I'm like happy because I can feel the baby move, so that makes me reassured that the baby's fine. And I'm not like so close to the end that I'm stressing out about actually the baby coming. So I'm at quite a nice stage of pregnancy. The only thing that I'm a little bit concerned about now, which there's no point being concerned about it because I can't change it, but the only thing I'm a little bit concerned about is the potential lockdown situation and coronavirus and all that fun stuff. And the situation, because I'm going to give birth in a hospital, that's my choice. I've decided to give birth in the same hospital as I was in last time because I had a really positive experience in there. But I don't know if the experience will be quite as positive this time because I'm not sure how much Philip's going to be allowed in with me. And that's the only kind of main concern that I have. So that's a little bit concerning, but then I've chosen a hospital birth. One way or another, the baby's going to get here and it's going to be fine. So I'm just trying to remind myself of that. And I know that in every hospital it's different, so my situation is not going to be the same as your guys' situation somewhere else in the UK. I live in Scotland, and we're not in lockdown at the moment, but it's looking like it might happen soonish. So obviously that's going to affect me giving birth in February, but there's nothing I can do about it. So that is kind of my overall update, guys. Yeah, like I said, leave me a comment down below and let me know your guys' updates on your pregnancies. I'm really interested. I always love talking to you guys in the comments and hearing what you have got to say about your pregnancies. And I'll do another update on my next midwife appointment, which is in 3 weeks time. And I think I'm getting some vaccines then as well. So that'll be fun. I can tell you all about that then. But yeah, until my next video, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.